Hey everybody, I'm back to talk about the latest episode of The Strain. In this episode, the main plan was to focus in on Central Park. That's where Fett and the Congresswoman and the whole crew, that's what they decided that he was going to do because he found that huge nest in the last episode. So they were going to go down there, blow all of them up, and try to kill all of them at the same time. That was the plan. He was going to have a small tactical team go with him and get the mission done. So that's what they decided to do. But isn't it funny, y'all? How did y'all feel when y'all saw that Captain Rogers was the girl that Fett had knocked off? You remember that night when he met her in the bar and they spent the night together. I don't even think they exchanged names, or if they did, they don't remember each other's names. They just had their little fun and they went on about their way. So it was real cute to see that that was the captain that was going to be with him to go on this mission. So that was good to see them together. But oh, honey, did y'all see Dutch's face when he went back to the crib to get some of his things, his little silver and stuff, and he had Captain Rogers with him? Did y'all see that? She was looking like, who is this chick? And I'm like, girl, don't get in your feelings. Don't be mad. Calm down. So it was just funny because Ephraim was like, I don't know who she is. I don't care. Anyway, moving on. Let's see what we can do because they decided that they were gonna go as well to kind of see if there were some message interferences or something, something was going on with their signal when they all got hurt. So he and Dutch, pack up their little stuff, their main little brain that they had with the little worms in it. They packed all of that up and they went down there as well. Now, at the same time, y'all, how did y'all feel about when Gus and Angel and the other few little people that they had sent down in the Central Park area too, when the guy cop, when he flipped it on them, like, okay, when they got down there and they were trying to make that girl, go in that hole, and you could tell that she was not prepared to do that. Like, she was nervous, she was scared. I mean, they were just gonna make her do it anyway. So it was the guy cop and the woman cop that was down there, and when they tried to make her go, Gus grabbed the woman cop and he took her gun and he put it up to her head and he was like, we finna go. Like, you're not gonna sit here and make us do this. This is a suicide mission. No, we're not doing it because them cops was scary anyway, and they were just using them as bait, to kind of see what was down there. So when the girl cop was like, put your gun down, and the guy cop was like, nope. So when the guy cop shot, he was aiming at Gus and he shot the woman cop, and then Angel turned around and shot the man cop. So both of the cops are dead now and they got to run away. And so while Fat and them were under there, at Central Park trying to find the nest, they ran into, thank goodness, Gus and Angel. And so Gus told Fett what was going on about, them keeping them down there and making them fight the vampires. And he just looked at, the captain and he was like, did you know about that? And she was like, yeah, it's messed up what they doing to these people. And he was just looking like, I can't believe it. And he told them, look, I'm not going to make y'all fight. If y'all don't want to fight, y'all can leave. So Angel and that girl, they went ahead and left. And Gus went with Fetnam to try to kill the vampires. Now let's back up just a minute. Now, before they actually went underground, Zach's mom and number one gave Zach a pet. Now, the pet is just one of the little blind vampire children that, the mother, she had with her all the time. So they said that, okay, you're going to have this child as a pet and you tell her what to do. And it was just weird to see it because at first he was like, no, I've seen these things kill people. So nah, I don't really want her to be up in here, with me. Because if she bite me, we're going to have a problem. But they were like, no, just calm down. She knows not to bite you, blah, blah, blah. And so they leave him alone with this little vampire child. And, the little girl, she still has some of her human traits. It's just like she was actually acting like a pet in some ways and human in some ways too, because he told her to come sit on the bed while he was reading, and she came up there next to him and she kind of snuggled up next to him. So I don't know. I think the little vampire is going to get attached to Zach, and maybe she'll be able to help him out and protect him really when something goes on. So later, when they knew that Fett and them were gonna come, I don't think they knew that Fett and them were going to come down there. But number one had a sense that something was popping off, so he was like, "No, we need to pack up and move." But see, that's where they were, where all the vampires were nesting. They were under there too. So when Fett and them got there, Zach had wrote in one of his books, if somebody finds this book, please let my father Ephraim know that I'm still alive. And so when he saw that, he let Ephraim know. So Ephraim and Dutch, they came down in the tunnel as well, and he got to see the living quarters of Zach. And while he was down there, number one showed up, and he was talking all that stuff to Ephraim. And while he's dodging bullets and stuff and talking all that mess to Ephraim, he wasn't looking, and Dutch snuck up on him and cut his hand off. I was so proud of her for coming out of nowhere and just sneaking up on him like that. I thought that was cool. Look, he deserved it for what he did to her in the last season. He deserved to get that little hand cut off. What was he gonna do with that stinger when he had her hemmed up in that room? That's what you get. So by the end of it, Fett completed his mission. He unleashed this big bomb of silver on all of those Strigoi down there, and he took care of all of them. But the thing about it is, what they didn't anticipate was how many Strigoi was going to start running out of tunnels all over the city. Like, yeah, y'all may have killed all of those Strigoi down there together, but y'all unleashed so many of them. So now it's just like he dropped a bomb in the middle and they just all started scattering. And it was way more than they anticipated. So in the next episode, I think we're going to see kind of what happens as a result of, them trying to kill all of them at the same time. I'm glad that Gus finally met up with Fetnam so he can finally get out of the situation that he's in. Him and Angel can get away and they can, join the crew and help fight. And it was good for Ephraim to know that his son was alive and he wasn't turned. And everything is moving along pretty smoothly. And I'm just waiting to see the next episode. We didn't get to see Abraham in this one. We didn't get to see a few of the other characters, but it's okay. They have to focus on certain storylines as we go along. We have a whole season for everyone to kind of bring everything together. So it's going good so far. So if I left anything out, please drop it in the comments below and we'll keep the conversation going. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.